The invisible hand of global power is not a simple concept. It's a complex web of interconnected systems and actors. Political institutions, corporations, and financial markets all play a part. Understanding this intricate network is crucial to comprehending the forces that shape our world. These forces often operate beyond the public eye, influencing decisions and shaping outcomes. Unraveling these threads of influence requires critical examination. We must look beyond official narratives and explore the hidden mechanisms at play. Only then can we begin to grasp the true nature of global power and its impact on our lives. Within the realm of global power, three key players wield significant influence: political leaders, corporations, and financial institutions. These entities, though distinct in their functions, often intersect and collaborate, creating a complex web of power and control that shapes our world.
Political leaders, elected or otherwise, hold the reins of government and shape national and international agendas. They are the architects of policy, the voices of nations, and the decision-makers who steer the course of history. From crafting laws to negotiating treaties, their influence is profound and far-reaching. Their decisions impact everything from trade agreements to environmental regulations. Whether it's fostering economic partnerships or addressing climate change, political leaders play a pivotal role in determining the direction of global progress. Their actions can lead to prosperity or conflict, stability or upheaval.
Corporations, with their vast resources and global reach, exert enormous economic power. These entities drive innovation, create jobs, and generate wealth, but they also wield significant influence over political and social landscapes. Their decisions can affect entire industries and economies. They lobby governments, influence consumer behavior, and shape public discourse through advertising and media ownership. By funding political campaigns, engaging in public relations, and controlling media narratives, corporations can sway public opinion and policy in their favor.
Financial institutions, including central banks, investment firms, and hedge funds, control the flow of capital around the world. These institutions are the lifeblood of the global economy, managing investments, providing credit, and stabilizing financial systems. Their decisions impact currency values, interest rates, and investment patterns, shaping economic realities for individuals and nations alike. The policies set by central banks can influence inflation rates, employment levels, and overall economic growth. The interplay between these three groups forms the bedrock of global power dynamics. Political leaders, corporations, and financial institutions often collaborate and sometimes clash, but together, they create the framework within which global decisions are made. Understanding their motivations and actions is essential to comprehending how decisions are made and who benefits from them. By analyzing the interactions and influences of these powerful entities, we can gain insight into the mechanisms that drive global change and the distribution of power and resources. The global elite, a small group of individuals with disproportionate wealth and influence, play a pivotal role in shaping policies and economies to serve their interests.
Through lobbying efforts, campaign contributions, and revolving doors between government and the private sector, they exert significant influence over political leaders. This influence translates into favorable legislation, tax breaks, and deregulation that benefit their businesses and investments.
Moreover, the elite leverage their control over media outlets and think tanks to shape public opinion and frame narratives. They promote ideologies that justify their privileged positions and legitimize policies that exacerbate inequality. By controlling the levers of power, the elite can maintain a system that perpetuates their wealth and influence, while often neglecting the needs of the majority. Section 4. The trickle-down illusion: impacts on everyday lives. The concentration of power in the hands of a few has profound consequences for ordinary people. This concentration affects not just the economy, but the very fabric of society, influencing everything from the quality of public services to the opportunities available to future generations. The policies and economic systems designed to benefit the elite often result in widening inequality, environmental degradation, and social unrest. These policies prioritize profit over people, leading to the exploitation of natural resources and the marginalization of vulnerable communities.
Trickle-down economics, the idea that wealth generated at the top will eventually benefit everyone, has been widely discredited. Instead, we see a system where the rich get richer, consolidating their wealth and power, while the middle and lower classes struggle to make ends meet. The promise that wealth would trickle down has proven to be a myth. The reality is a stark contrast, where the affluent enjoy extravagant lifestyles, and the disparity between the wealthy and the poor continues to grow, and the poor are left further behind. This growing divide is evident in the increasing number of homeless encampments, long lines at food banks, and families living in substandard conditions.
The erosion of public services is another critical impact. As funding is diverted away from essential services, we see deteriorating infrastructure, closed public libraries, and overcrowded hospital waiting rooms. The privatization of essential resources, such as water and healthcare, further exacerbates the problem. People are forced to pay for basic necessities that should be universally accessible, leading to increased financial strain on already struggling families. And the suppression of wages are all symptoms of a system rigged in favor of the powerful. Minimum wage workers find it increasingly difficult to survive, while the wealthy continue to thrive. As the gap between the haves and have-nots widens, social mobility becomes increasingly difficult, and the promise of a better future for future generations seems increasingly out of reach. Children growing up in impoverished neighborhoods face limited opportunities, and families struggle to pay bills, making the dream of upward mobility seem like a distant fantasy.
Section 5. The digital age of power, technology, data, and control. In the digital age, technology is rapidly reshaping the landscape of power. The rise of big tech companies with unprecedented access to data and sophisticated algorithms has created new avenues for control and manipulation. These companies collect vast amounts of information about our online activities, preferences, and social connections, creating detailed profiles that can be used for targeted advertising, political manipulation, and even social engineering. Furthermore, the increasing automation of labor, driven by artificial intelligence and robotics, threatens to displace millions of workers, potentially exacerbating existing inequalities. As technology continues to advance, it's crucial to consider its impact on power dynamics and ensure that it is used to empower individuals, rather than further concentrate control in the hands of a few. Section 6. The future of power, towards equity or entrenched elites. The future of power hinges on the choices we make today. Every decision, every policy, and every action we take will shape the world for generations to come. Will we continue down a path where wealth and influence are concentrated in the hands of a select few, creating an ever-widening gap between the rich and the poor, or will we strive to create a more just and equitable society? A society where opportunities are accessible to all, regardless of their background or economic status. Addressing the systemic issues that perpetuate inequality requires a multifaceted approach. Strengthening democratic institutions, promoting transparency and accountability, and ensuring that our leaders are held to the highest standards of integrity are essential. Empowering citizens to participate in the political process is crucial. This means not only encouraging voter turnout, but also ensuring that every vote counts and that every voice is heard. Additionally, fostering a culture of critical thinking, media literacy, and informed decision-making is vital. In an age where information is abundant but not always accurate, we must equip individuals with the tools to discern fact from fiction. Media literacy workshops, fact-checking initiatives, and open discussions on the impact of fake news can help counter the influence of misinformation and propaganda disseminated by those seeking to maintain the status quo. The path forward demands courage, collective action, and a willingness to challenge the existing power structures. It requires us to come together, to collaborate, and to support one another in the pursuit of a common goal. An unwavering commitment to building a future where power serves the many, not the few, is essential. By working together, we can create a world where equity and justice are not just ideals, but realities for all.